do what it is you're called to do. Join in with the families and parents, the communities that have done this perhaps a bit more successfully than you. Do not feel as if you must stand there completely alone, unsure of how to address these things. It is better when you pull together and take the support where it is offered. There are many, as we have said, who have paved the way. They have learned to treat the children with respect. They have learned to find ways of communicating so that the child can make it clear to the parent what is in its best interest. But we must also, as we discuss these things, honor you, parents, for what we know is sometimes a painful situation. For who doesn't want their child to throw their arms around you? It is not easy to deal with a child who finds the human touch abrasive. But this can change, and it can do so through your ability to accept and to address the child on his terms. That is, not to force an encounter onto that child, but rather to allow that child to come closer and closer to you, and be grateful for whatever steps, whatever strides are achieved, and they will be. Yes, this is certainly an exercise in patience. There will be times when you're simply tired and you'd rather not have to deal with these challenges. But I remind you that you took them on willingly. You did, and so did your child. So did the entire family unit. It is the truth. Now, if we could offer some moments of comfort to you parents who are faced with children who are different, it would be through words of honoring. Can you hear these? That we, on this side of the veil, that we honor you for being willing to come into an incarnation with such challenges as these. You are deeply loved, for what you are doing is helping to accelerate not just the growth of your individual child, but as we said, the greater community in his or her circle. You have heard this, surely, that you are all connected. It is the truth. What you are faced with here is not simply yours alone to bear. It impacts the all. And every moment that you have with your child where you recognize the divine within that child and you see it reflected back to you, and what you are left with is an overwhelming feeling of love and gratitude for the child exactly as he or she is, this resonates out into the universal field. It increases the vibration of the planet as a whole. We understand that this may be a bit more than you can completely take in, but it is so. So we honor you, parents, for your role in this. And we would suggest that rather than being focused so much on what it is you can do to improve the situation. Have a little fun with it. Allow your children to be as playful as they possibly can, as they are now, and join in with them. It will help them feel accepted, and encourage the rest of your family members to do so as well. Little by little, you will see that things can transform, that the supposed appearance of a prison for your child can shift. You will discover when you ask for divine help and you are willing to hear the answers, that in fact you can make the lives of your children more enjoyable, make them easier, and thereby yours will be as well. To you teachers out there, we honor you, for yours is a profession of the highest order, and you influence so many. And we know that you are not always appreciated nor rewarded for this extremely valuable work that you do. So hear it from us that we honor you, for you help to nurture the hope for tomorrow. That's what your future generations, of course, are. So we thank you, teachers, for the work that you do. Do not fret that you are not making a difference. You are. It becomes apparent years down the road when one of those children who is now grown into a full adult comes back and says to you completely unexpectedly, "You have no idea how you changed my life." Occasionally you do get to hear those stories, don't you? So again, we would say that the way to deal with any kind of an anomaly in a human being is not to run away from it, is not to try to force it to be something that it isn't, but rather to accept what is, to celebrate the human being for who he or she is, to love and nurture that person into adulthood, and to find a way to know, to really feel it here within your heart, that your life, in fact, has been blessed by their entry into your family. There will be more that we will say on these subjects in the coming weeks and months of this program. And we would love to hear from you, parents. So please send the emails to reconnectandheal.com. And know that you are never alone. And we honor you. And so it is.